H4 and Crow.
So here we go. H4, Crow. Back in Blood, shout out. Representing the Pacific Northwest. And H4 actually putting their best foot forward, going for Pikachu first.
Yeah, definitely right. I think the Pikachu makes a lot of sense early on if you were able to snipe the DK pick, because if Mario's out, that's going to be able to answer that Pikachu pretty easy.
Well, Pikachu's one of these matchups that cover like a lot, but
yeah.
in this instance especially, like, hey, this is why I went for the Pikachu risk first, because if you happen to go DK, now we put you in this big juggle situation. H4 has not been touched yet, 0 to 100, a regular Drake album in the making, but finally the dare puts a percentage on you.
20% for being stomped on.
Bigfoot.
But like you're saying, it's been impossible to land. Takes another 15% off that neutral air, and the thing is that Pikachu actually struggles to kill at a certain point. No, you did not.
Okay.
That was close enough to it, and I don't think you're within Ding Dong percents now, but that up B gonna send them flying. All that damage you take is the heavy tags, right? Like, you got to deal with taking that combo damage, but it's about how you survive after that.
Yeah, and right now we see H4 just trying to slowly, like, he has to find a way to kill the DK right now. Literally, like, that. The Ding Dong window is gone, so you don't have to worry about that. But now there is a lot of moves that DK can do, or should I say would do, to kill Pikachu, but not going to be found here. But now dealing with the Mario, another character that has a very good matchup spread, but H4 is still living at 124%.
Luckily, you pretty much got the damage done as DK, because you should have essentially been on Mario while H4 was at almost 0%, but instead you got Pikachu to kill percent. So now you can actually just swing those out smashes, which you're pretty much doing right now. Just get that anti-air and take Pikachu out. But that really early up B to try to avoid the gift attempt. Luckily, it didn't really take much, but H4's kind of playing around him.
Yeah, CrowZ is like having a lot of difficulty right now trying to just snipe this Pikachu, and like literally the more passive he plays, it just, you know, this war of attrition is something he don't want, especially like with a character down. See, the up B isn't going to kill, good combo breaker, but however, still alive at 160%. And don't worry, you got two other characters you want to contend with, but this is what H4 was obviously going for right here, not going to kill.
I don't think that CrowZ went to jump. Okay, but the trade-off, even with how fast that up B is, it doesn't matter. You take the trade. Pikachu not down yet. Mega Man can find a straight hit here, but it's going to be really hard considering the movement from H4 has kind of just been borderline impossible to track.
And this is like really bad for CrowZ right here, because we're finally getting a kill, but still you got two other characters to contend with. The Duck Hunt is going to be, you know, a little bit reminiscent of the Mega Man, right? You got the normals with the projectiles going on here, but on the back end of that, there is a Cloud waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
And this is your last character. So CrowZ is going to have to just go to the grindstone for this one if he expects to win this first game.
Now, I mean, for CrowZ, Mega Man actually does pretty solidly against Duck Hunt, because you can easily, for one, you can take those out just with pellets. You can change the direction of which the can goes just with a simple pellet as well. And your zoning is solid, but Mega Man's normals are much better. That can challenge a lot of these. You got a free down air coming in right here. Misses out on it, but that Cloud moving in the back. CrowZ already taking a lot of damage here. That's getting it a little bit easier for H4 to take him out. This is exactly what you needed with that Duck Hunt.
Here we go, H4 kind of putting the damage on him right now. CrowZ sitting at 110, and still a free down there, which is great. So now you're on the final character. If you've managed to get some offstage presence and, you know, possibly get a gimping or a pineapple situation going with Cloud, then maybe you have a shot here. But not in a very good position is CrowZ, getting back here by H4. H4 throws his hands up, says, you know what, ain't nothing but a thing. We're going into game 2. The thinking man pose on CrowZ. What's next?
The proper way to approach that at the end, too, was to do exactly how H4 approached it. You stay in the center. You do not go near the ledge. Your advantage state is incredible with Cloud, especially as a character who, one of the early things that you're going to see from Mega Man is that early rush, up B, get out of there, try to hope to land. But once you're near the ledge, like you were saying, try to get that pineapple, get that gimp, or get one down there on the Cloud without limit, and you steal the game away. So you don't want to overextend, don't go near the ledge, and exactly what H4 did. And also got a lot out of that Pikachu when almost didn't when that DK was refusing to die.
Yeah, and I have to like think that the psychology behind this is DK not going first. Okay, excellent. So war of attrition is what you want, projectiles is what you want. Okay, I got something for that. Goes for the Zelda pick, which I like. Kind of circumvent
Interesting that you removed the Mario for the Zelda. That's what's confusing me the most here. Now, I know that the Zelda on paper might be a little bit confusing if you run into that matchup to begin with, which is what he's doing right now. But I'm curious to see what he's going to do as an answer to the Pikachu now, because the Pikachu got taken out by the Mario, and the Donkey Kong did okay. But that's also with H4 challenging a lot of attacks at a disadvantage. I don't think H4 is going to fall for that same behavior from the Donkey Kong this time.
It's this thing where it's like, you know, this passive team versus this super aggressive team, or the capacity to be super aggressive. That's what's really interesting about it. But when you get their spikes, you might want to make me be quiet. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to question the strat. If you believe in it, CrowZ, and I certainly believe in it as well.
Definitely a smart idea to go for. You know, that Zelda has the ability to ledge shot Duck Hunt pretty well because of the usage of that Phantom. However, can you consistently set him up? Because CrowZ is having a hard time getting through to the Duck Hunt, and you can snipe us on early, hopefully with one of these back air supporters, but he's having a hard time getting that hit in the first place.
And this has been the main problem, right? This has been the problem that CrowZ has had this set so far. Like the ability for him to like literally, I'm trying to get this kill. I want to like do these things to try to like cut off a specific style of gameplay, and it's not working out so far. And right now, H4 once again a character lead. So,
bye-bye.
Are you going to get the ding-dong? No, sir. No,
I actually
home.
definitely expected that to be within range. It looked like it was right within range, but now that being revealed, that's good for H4 to know because, okay, now your grab won't take me out. I can camp near center platform and pressure you because before, you kind of really couldn't.
Right, and now you got to pay the heavy toll if you want to play with DK. You want to play with super heavies in this game, you got to play the heavy tax. So not taking a lot of damage and is going to be able to tech that and put him right back in position under the platform.
Hey, thanks for the sledge trap. Now I got a free down air. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything that you did for me. Thank you so much for playing my game.
So now with the Mega Man as the anchor, you know, this is rough. This is really, really rough.
Mega Man's going to have a lot of work to do. Even though the Mega Man looked good in that last match, this is definitely one of these spots you need the most to work. However, your jump already getting poked out. H4 has gotten so much out of this Duck Hunt. You kind of just trade here, Banjo. You just get as much damage as you want, each character leading up to that Pikachu at the end.
Yeah, like literally what's happening here is that like H4, excuse me, is just given so much real estate, and he's like, you know what? I'll give you as much real estate as you want, man. You can make a whole house here. I don't care. I'm ahead 2 spots.
In this economy, let me get all this room to work with, all this real estate. But you're right. Now that the Cloud is out here, like the Cloud didn't. It wasn't very long. He caught one air dodge and it was over.
Yeah.
We didn't really get to see how CrowZ approaches this matchup, but for CrowZ, you can't make any mistakes. You can't afford to get juggled by any of these up airs or get pushed at ledge because that's one of the most exploitable recoveries you can have for Cloud to chase. Even with that up B, it's pretty easy to call out that air dodge, get it down till that ledge, and then punish them when they get on stage.
And literally, it's also in a timer situation too because limit will come. But if you manage to just punish things like that, like whiff up Bs on Cloud, then you might have a better shot here. But when you're on ledge, just boxing him out with back airs and things like that, getting Mega Man in disadvantage is going to be like a tall mountain to climb. And at 137, it's getting taller and taller. Mega Man might be going back to the drawing board. Dr. Light, can you help out my man's one time? Let him get one
needed an upgrade
character.
for the Final Fantasy crew. That's pretty much been an issue for Mega Man for a little while now. Burning the limit in the skies for the finishing touch. Pretty interesting call trying to challenge maybe a rush, but either way, it's still borderline impossible to get in there. We talked about before that down to that ledge. It beats both the up B and the air dodge and calls out the jump with the back air again. It's so hard for Mega Man to actually approach in this matchup and got exploited on that pretty hard with that Cloud.
Hey, back air on ledge, man, that is 1,000% the Cloud classic. You'll never not see a Cloud do that, and H4 was like, hey, look, I'm definitely going to do it, man. So, I mean, don't challenge me. But, hey, I need to do something. H4 going to be moving on into winners.